Let's talk with Patty from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. WORD is the station. Hi, Patty. How are you?
Oh, hi, Steve. Hey, thank you so much for your ministry. I just love it.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank our supporters.
Yeah, really.
The supporters.
And I have supported in the past.
Well, thank you, Patty, because it is the supporters.
That's why we're on the air.
It is the supporters that keep the show on the air. So
that's right, I'm sure.
Thanks to you and others.
Well, what's going on in your own personal life there, Patty, that we could help you with, or we want to help you with?
Thank you, Steve. I need help.
Okay, what's going on?
Okay, my 34-year-old son is talking about moving in with his girlfriend, whom he says he does not love or have those kinds of feelings for.
Why is she a girlfriend if he doesn't love her?
Yeah, so they're roommates then.
Well, no. More than roommates. I guess the fringe benefits appeal to him.
But he doesn't love her, so he's essentially using her? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I tell him he is. He said he's getting old. He wants to hook up, and so he's not lonely, he said.
Wow.
I feel so bad for him, but I see the red flags regarding her and him together, which is not going to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
She's been married. She was married when he met her, separated, but just recently. He's been seeing her for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And what's his relationship like with your husband?
He is deceased.
Okay.
So he grew up with no dad.
No dad. Mm-hmm.
No dad.
So most of his life?
Yeah.
Okay.
So his mom is number one confidant?
We're his sister. My daughter is his confidant.
How old is she?
She's 36.
So it sounds like he really hasn't kind of ventured out apart from the family, the leaving before the cleaving, and established his own adult community that is the primary support system for him.
No, he has not at all.
Okay, now I think any attempt to resolve his dependent behavior upon women, which this is.
That's what it is.
Right.
Without
He's
resolving
with another mom.
Right. Without resolving the underlying developmental failure, which is to leave before he cleaves, is not going to work. And if you just think about the math in this, especially for a male, one of the things that little boys need is they need a good, strong, warm father to attach to unplug from mom and to empower them to kind of leave the nest and go out there and grasp the world. And he didn't have one. So what I would encourage him to do is whatever you do with a girlfriend issue, what I would encourage him to do is, Joey, I think you need like a good men's group where you can talk about your dating and who you're dating and kind of what you're looking for and how it's going, or a good male therapist or something like that. That's going to get more to the root of the issue than squabbling with him about his guilty pleasures.
Well, I tried. I found him one through our church, and through my church, I should say. He does not attend. Wonderful.
Okay, but Patty, you're finding him one.
Yes.
Okay.
I found him.
So
he's 34.
He's 34. You're still mothering him.
I totally mother him.
So he would rather continue to be mothered by whoever will mother him than to venture out on his own.
Well, how do I persuade him to join a men's group, or don't even mention it again?
You can say, I think this would be really great. I think that maybe we have failed you in that we give you all of our womanly advice, and you really were lacking in men around you. So that would be my recommendation, but you're 34 years old. You're going to have to figure that out.
Should I keep my mouth shut when
just when he what?
When he's packing to move in. He said he's leaving in 2 weeks to move in with her.
Well, here's what I want to know. What's the conversation like? Does he say, Mom, I'm dating this girl and she's kind of lame, but she's easy, and what is she? Is he griping to you?
He told me she's fun. She's fun to hang with.
No, but why does he call you? Why are you in this conversation? Does he call and say, "Hey, Mom"?
He lives with you, doesn't he?
He lives with me.
Yeah, he's going from mom's house to girlfriend's house.
So why are you in this conversation?
Why am I in the conversation with him?
Does he initiate? Does he say, Mom, I want to talk about this girlfriend?
Yeah, he tries to make me see her. Yes, he sits down and talks to me about her.
Why?
Well, just not real deep, but he talks to his sister about
Why? Why? Why does he talk to you? Does he come to you for advice? Is he answering because you inquired? Why does he talk to you? I was 34, and I don't remember calling my mom and talking
Were
about...
you living with your mom at 34?
No.
Okay.
Would you have
It's
ever
okay
said
to
to your
talk
mom,
to
"Hey, I'm going
moms."
to move in with this person. Don't really love her, but the benefits are great." I mean, that's a
Right.
Yeah, you got to ask, why are you in that conversation with your mom to begin with? And I can't get an answer. So, Patty, why is he talking to you? Is it because you've inquired? Have you started the investigation and he's responding and trying to kind of excuse himself and placate you? Or is he coming to you for advice? Why are you talking about it?
I think he's looking for my approval.
Well,
okay, so when he does that, what do you do?
I just say, he says every day of the week, you hate this girl. And I said, I hate no one. I don't hate her. I
Why
think not
does,
the person for
Patty,
you.
please help me here. Why does he say that? What conversation? How did it start?
why would he think that
Yeah,
you hate her?
you come to breakfast, right? And you sit down. How do you end up talking about you hate my girlfriend?
I think because he knew in the past when he initially met her, he told his sister some very questionable things about her, and I just let it go. But it built up in me that I was devastated that he was with someone like this.
Okay, so you are initiating all this.
More or less. I guess
Okay.
at this point I am.
All right, so here's the problem. The emotional energy for change is coming from you and not him. And as long as you carry that emotional energy and as long as you're the driving force, he will play the recipient of that and try to kind of talk you into, his program. So what I would suggest you do, like Jill was inferring a moment ago, that you get out of the advice business, and when he's trying to please you, say, you know what, I don't know why you're talking to me about her. I don't have to live with her.
Okay.
Why are you trying to convince me that she's so great? If you look at all the women in the world, Joey, and she's the cat's meow. I mean, if she is the one that you really want to pour yourself into at this vibrant, incredible stage in your life, then you're going to get what you signed up for.
Okay.
It's not my problem.
Well, I'm trying to get myself to that point to say, not my problem.
Yeah, why don't you
Okay,
go to a
so-
good codependency group?
And
Patty,
yeah,
why is
I
it so?
need a codependency.
No,
yes,
you
I'm
do.
You
sure.
do. You absolutely do.
because he's kind of doing what you programmed him to do.
He is.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So that it's still not too late for all of that to change.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to say to him too. You were talking to some people that really thought they know what they were talking about, and his success in life and his fulfillment in life, I think, is going to be determined by his ability to overcome the absence of the father
Yes.
by bringing healthy men into relationship with him. And I could almost guarantee you he doesn't have those healthy men around him.
He does not.
And
Right.
so it's hard to tell a guy, hey, listen, you can't just stay fused to the female. You've got to find the male adult within you, and you do that in the company of other men.
Correct.
But
I agree.
but you have to let him go to do that. You can't continue to
Right.
mother him into that.
And I would even tell him that he's going from one mother to the next, and that you have had a hard time letting go of him
Okay.
and not
Okay.
mothering him, and you're reaping the consequences of that now because he doesn't know how to be a man and stand on his
Yeah.
own 2 feet.
He doesn't, and I feel bad.
Patty.
I feel responsible.
So
for
don't
that.
Well,
keep doing more of the same.
yeah, if you can't grow somebody up in 34 years, a few more is not going to probably help. Right.
Right.
I'll tell you a story, an alternative approach.
Okay.
When I was a freshman in college, the summer of my freshman year, I went a few states over to visit my girlfriend and to.
Is this going to be a long story?
No.
Okay.
Why do we not have?
Go ahead.
I'll go fast. Visit my girlfriend and meet her parents, and I was going to spend a week with them and meet the family and this, that, and the other. So I drive 2 states over. I go pick her up. We decide, because she had a bigger car, we're going to take her car. So we get in her car, and we're going to drive another 3 hours to go meet the parents. I do an illegal U-turn, not looking, and I crash head-on into a truck in her car, and I total the car. Now, on the way to meet the parents, remember the movie Meet the Parents? This is not a good start. Right? You've totaled her car, and so I don't know what to do. How does the insurance work? All this. I call home, and my dad answers the phone, and I told him what had happened. He said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Is she okay?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "But I don't know what to do. You know, whose insurance? It's her." And I'll never forget this. He said, "Son, if you're old enough to get yourself into this mess, you're old enough to get yourself out." He said, "I just want to know how you're going to do it." And he started laughing because he saw the comedy. And he hung up the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And there's so many, we just don't have enough of that. I was reading an article in the Wall Street Journal this morning about parents with school-phobic kids. And they're saying they go baby them and they, you know, you've got to let kids grow up. And 34 is not a kid.
No.
You got to let them deal with life.
No.
Did your dad know my dad?
They probably were raised in the same World War II bunch, right?
Let's send her a book that might help her. Would the mom factor be something that would be helpful for her to read, you think?
Boundaries with teens? No. Okay.
Boundaries, maybe just boundaries.
Did you ever think you'd need to write
Boundaries
a book,
101.
Boundaries with 30-somethings? There could be a really valuable book.
There is a book out there, Boundaries with your adult kid or whatever.
Yeah, we've thought about that book so many times, you know, because there's boundaries with adult children.
Yeah.